Today I'm going to review a Hammer House of Horror episode called The Silent Scream. It came out in 1980 and lasts 52 minutes. Rude Awakening stars Peter Cushing as Martin, Brian Cox as Chuck, Elaine Donnelly as Annie, and it was directed by Alan Gibson, and he directed two of my favourite Dracula films, Dracula Day 1972 and The Satanic Rites of Dracula, and he also directs another episode in the Hammer House of Horror, The Two Faces of Evil. So this is a special episode because with Peter Cushing being in, it's his final performance for Hammer. So it's like his swan song, so he does an excellent performance as well. His final performance for Hammers, he goes out on a high. The plot's really eerie. This guy leaves prison and he goes to see his wife and he gets a job in a pet shop. He's looking after these animals in cages. But then he tries to steal from Peter Cushing's character, who's the shopkeeper. Tries to steal money from his safe, but it's all a trap. And Peter Cushing's character, called Martin, has him trapped in this cell like a wild animal. And it turns out that Martin, he was really a Nazi from the concentration camps in Germany. A really good twist, that.
For God's sake, Blake! The concentration camp! Remember, you said you'd never forget it!
No, will I? It was where I formulated this entire idea as I studied the inmates. You see, I was not a captive. I was a captor.
And Peter Cushing's character's really evil, so they give him an excellent part, playing an evil Nazi. That bloody Peter Cushing. He was a proper bad bugger in this one. A proper bloody shithouse. So Peter Cushing's performance, he's all very starey-eyed because he's got good piercing eyes, Peter Cushing. And the blue, there's some real close-ups of his face in this story. You can tell there's something odd about him because he's like smirking to himself. He's got like the German accent. You know, he's like a menacing character. And it's also a shot, there's a lot of scenes where Peter Cushing, it's shot from like upwards to give the character more height, I've noticed. So that was clever direction. Hey, Phil, that Boris Johnson, he likes to lock folk up. Is he a fucking Nazi as well? Brian Cox is good, who plays Chuck. He's the guy who's just come out of prison. And he's good in the part. You can imagine him being in prison. And he doesn't like enclosed spaces as well. So he goes crazy when he's trapped. And his wife Annie's a good character as well. There's not many characters in this story. There's only really 3. And it's directed by the underrated Alan Gibson. And he directed two of my favourite Dracula films, Dracula Day 1972 and The Satanic Rites of Dracula. He's really a very underrated director. And I also like the other episode he does in this one, The Two Faces of Evil. I'll have to review that one sometime. That's a really chilling one. So Hammer House of Horror shot its episodes on film instead of shooting stuff on video like a lot of TV shows did. This is shot on film, so it looks like a kind of like a mini film. So really good that when stuff's shot on film you get like the moody grain, and it's good for shadows and stuff. Perfect for horror. Another thing about this TV show, Hammer House of Horror, I love the titles. They're really moody. Then you get that brilliant music as well. This is definitely my favourite horror TV show. Hammer did a couple other TV shows, Journey to the Unknown and Hammer House of Mystery and Suspense. There's some good stories in them other 2 shows that I'll review sometime. But Hammer House of Horror's easily the best of the 3 shows they did. And there's a weird ending as well to this. Peter Cushing's character Martin lets Chuck and his wife out of the cell because they're both trapped inside the cell. He lets them go back to the home in the country, and as they go inside the one home, he's put like things on the house so they're trapped inside the own house. Really weird that. You think they'd be able to escape by throwing a chair through the window, but they can't. And they're shouting. No one can hear them because they're out in a deserted house in the country. So a really chilling ending.
We're gonna die.
It reminds us a lot about lockdown as well. Like while you're watching it, you're thinking about being locked down, people inside the houses and that, like trapped animals. That bloody final when they were all stuck in the bloody house reminded me of bloody lockdown, getting locked in my own bloody house. And another good thing about this is Peter Cushing's character Martin gets locked in his cell by accident. A freeze frame of his face screaming, "Ah!" And it goes silent as well, which kind of symbolises the title, The Silent Scream. Really well done that final shot. But it's kind of sad as well, because that final shot's the last you'll see of Peter Cushing working for Hammer. But he did go out on a high. Really well done. Brilliant actor he is. He's very consistent as well. You don't get, I can't think of hardly anything where he gave a bad performance. So I've now reviewed 2 episodes of Ham House of Horror. I did the 13th reunion, and I've done this one, the Silent Scream. So there's 11 more to go, so eventually I'll probably review them all. There's some really great episodes though. There's Children of the Full Moon, about werewolves. There's Rude Awakening, that's one of my favourites. Denham Elliott saying The Two Faces of Evil, that other episode directed by Alan Gibson. Some great episodes, so I'll definitely be having another look at this TV show. So overall I thought this was excellent. I thought Peter Cushing, with his final performance, he was on top form. I put it in maybe his top 10 performances. It was really well done. The only downside of this episode is they didn't have a bit more Peter Cushing in it, because he was so good. All his scenes were brilliant that he was in. He wasn't in enough. There's an excellent shock ending as well. I love the freeze frame. So out of 10, I'd give this one 9. 9 out of 10. I do think James, I do like it. I thought it was bloody brilliant, Phil. Top marks. Okay, everybody. Like, subscribe and share. Bye. Bye.